Okay, so let's talk about this question. Okay, which of following would assign to the fifth element of array, which name um, is array? The value will store as number one. Okay, so first you need to know the fifth element with array. So we're using array name, right? The array name with the index which we want to know. Okay, so if the fifth element, okay, basically is 5 minus 1, right? So what that mean? Okay, for example, in this array we have the sixth element. Okay, so it's 1 2 3 4 5 6, but the index we count start with 0, right? 0 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so the element 5 basically match to the index 4. Okay, so everything you just minus 1, then you get this array index. Okay, then you sign with array number 1. Okay, so what's the answer? Okay, right. So there's couple examples we used in our applications. And is very useful, and is very common. We use array to store different data type of flow value. Okay, so in this one we're using the for loop to try to print every element of array. Okay, so first we know this array name. Okay, for example, which we give the array name is great, which is the int, it is still no. If the size is 10, okay, for example, size is 10, so this will return 10, right? So right now is j, there's 10, then j increasing after, right? So just to tell me how many times they will iterate. Okay, so they will go from 0 to 9. So basically, this one they will do 10 times, right? If it go 10 times, that's what we need because we want to print every element, right? So this j will change from 0 to 9, right? So they will just use each index of element and just print out. Okay, so j, right? Another one is how you read in the data. Okay, because sometimes we didn't to give the type of array the initial value. Okay, for example, in this one, okay, we before this happened, we just say okay, we need a string array which can store all the students' name. Okay, maybe just the names and new string, okay, maybe 10. Okay, if we give the 10, so basically this one will turn to 10 as well, right? Because this only return as the size of array. Okay, then we know this j will just be 0 1 2 until to 9. Okay, so basically every time, okay, they will increasing by 1. First 0, okay, you assign, for example, your assign is 90, then you go to here increasing, check the condition which is true, so you go over here, user can type is 85, then we increasing by 1, which we go over here, then compare with 10, right? So it's true. Okay, so which means you can just go over here and give the number. Okay, so before you give a number, here's the name with the index, then you give the number, right? Okay, maybe 75. Okay, so when we're using a for loop, we already know like how many times they will just iterate, right? Is mostly we most of the time we use the for loop because we know for loop is used for the count iteration, right? It's not event driven. Okay, then we can use this array to help you to find the maximum number. Okay, if you read this one, I think most of you already familiar with this code already, right? In previous lectures, we talked about this code before, right? So in this code, we try to first we try to make sure what is minimum value because we try to get the maximum number. Okay, so this is integer, the wrapper class, and return with the minimum value in this integer, okay, which is minus, I think it's 16 something. Okay, then what we need to do, we try to update the total and we try to compare with each element with max value. Okay, because for example, this is array. Okay, in this array you store different value. For example, it's 20, 31, 5, 10, 21. Okay, so if we already know one of the value is, so we set the maximum number, okay, which is 16 minus 16. Okay, for example, okay, um once you know that, what do you need to do? You want to compare each element, right? Compare this, compare this, compare this, compare this. Okay, because when you compare, you need to make sure find the maximum value. Okay, which means you need to pull out the maximum value out. Okay, if when you compare, the element is large than the previous maximum, we just update the maximum value to the current value. Okay, so what that mean? What that supposed to mean? It's suppose, for example, is 16. As the first iteration is 20 larger than minus 16, right? It's true, right? So we update the max to the 20. Okay, so basically you assign this one to the 20. Okay, so we just ignore this part, okay, right now. Okay, then you do the second iteration. Okay, in the second iteration, you're increasing k from 1 to, or from 0 to 1, right? As this part, you have index 1 compare with max. What's the max right now? The max is 20, right? So right now, what's the element in 1? It's 31. 31 greater than 20? Yeah, that's right. Okay, so we just do, okay, update this max to the 31. Okay, then we go back to in the increasing, okay, which you go to the 2 with this one again. So what's the 2? 2 is 5. 5 is greater than max, which is 31. No, so we go back again, right? Then you go over this one again. Okay, so we're just increasing to 3. So 3 is larger than 31. No, we're increasing to 4. 4 is increasing with 21. Is that true? No. Okay, we don't have to do anything. Okay, until they match. This one is 5. So 5, What's the size for the bill? This array. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right now, is 5 is less than 5, wrong. So we jump out of the loop. Okay, so this is a way we can find the maximum value using the index. Okay, there's another alternative way which we try to get the value of the array, the index, the index which store the largest value. Okay, so you can find this way. So basically in this one you have 0. We start with 0, okay, which means this data structure, what we want to do, we assume the first one is maximum. Okay, so this maximum index, then we compare the last one. Okay, so what that mean, first, for example, 1, 3, 2, 23, 5, 24, okay, then 26. What do we need to do? So the same thing here, the k basically will go over 0 to how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we'll go to 0 to 5, right? Because this will return 6. Okay, 0 to 5. So which means here they will go over 0 to 5. Okay, so first we'll go to 0. 0 is 21. Okay, 21 with 21. So it's equal, right? We have to do anything. So they will go back, change to 1. Okay, so at this point, 1 with 0, right? So 0 is 21. 1 is 3. Obviously, this return false. You don't have to do anything. You're just increasing, okay, which is 2. Okay, when you go to 2, is right here, 23. 23 is greater than 21, okay, because here is 1, right? Is 0, right? Yes, that's right. So we need to sign this one, which is 3, right? Oh, it's not 3, 1, 0, 1, 2, which is 2. Which is 2. So we sign the index, max index is 2. Okay, then we go increasing, go to next one, 5. Okay, in a 5, there's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The index would be 3. Okay, so 3 with maximum, which is 2. So 3 with 2, right? So it's not true. We just increasing. Again, we go over 4, right? We go over 4. When you go to 4, we compare 4 with 2, right? This is 2, this is 4. You compare. Yes, that's true. So we update this one to the 4. Okay, then you got the maximum number is 4. In here, we try to compare 5 to 4, right? Obviously, 5 is larger than 4. We update this 4 to the 5. Then you should know, okay, the index, okay, what the index of the value, which is maximum, right? Okay, then there's something you have to know is once you declare array, okay, once you declare array, it's not easy you can extend the space of array. What does that mean? It means in the memory space, okay, once you declare array, they will reserve this part only for this array. For example, array A1. Okay, so if you say, okay, I want to store right now, is store 3 elements. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Can I just store here, extend to the 4 elements? The answer is no. Okay, because once computer assign this space to you, they will organize and optimize the memory space, and they will reorganize this probably for A2 already. Okay, which means if you want to extend, there's no other way, you know, you'll probably get rid of this one and extend here, right? But it's not easy to do this because you don't know which one occupy this space and help you to extend. The easy way you can do, okay, we want to do is we clear one memory space which can load 4 elements, okay, and copy the value to this one and leave the empty space over here for the fourth value. Okay, so how to copy? So this is a way we can copy. First, we give the new one. Okay, at this point, we only do something. Okay, we said it's copy from the same size. Okay, right? This is A1, A2. If do the same size, we here the size will just be the same size as the one we want to copy. Okay, but obviously this one cannot be smaller than this one, right? So it's 4. You cannot set 3. Otherwise, we're out of index, right? So then you just using a copy, assign the value, okay, to the copy one. If you want to extend, here you as long as grid, then the bill's length, the size of the one you want to copy, you can just okay. For example, this bill has 3 elements. Okay, this is for bill. Okay, this is for copy, and we want to extend. Okay, how to do this? First, we know this size is 3, right? So it's 3. Then we want to extend by 1. You just plus 1 here, right? Let me just go over there. For here, you just plus 1. Okay, then you just copy this one to the new one, and there's something new you can extend. Okay, so I think those examples is very useful. Okay, it's very helpful for you to do a lab assignment. In a lab assignment, I will ask you to do something very similar to the examples. You can just follow the example and do this one. Okay, um, then let me know if you have any question. I think this is very important chapters for you continue with computer science. Right now, the next semester we will go to the introduction to data structure, and the after that semester we have another advanced data structure course to help you to understand what's the other data structure you can just go through. Okay, let me know if you have any question. Thank you.